Hello Sagittarius and welcome to your reading November. So, I meditated on your cards and pulled the first layer. So the first row is what Spirit wants to talk about for this month of November for you. The first three cards that came out together. I have, there you go, King of Wands. That's your masculine side, whether you're a man or a woman. Fire sign, you, Sagittarius. That's holding one's will in its hand, the capacity to manifest what we want and go for it, you know, the entrepreneurial side of us, the one that is willing to bargain and go for it, you know. Then, I have the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands. So that part of you, this is what I want, this is what I generate, this is what I want to do, is mixed with like a big disappointment and sorrow and conflict. Maybe not being aligned or being met with conflicting ideas or people that don't agree, that fight with you, that kind of conflict, and it brought sorrow and disappointments. But after, I have the Princess of Cup. So that's like the Page of Cup. There's this movement of grabbing a cup that has possibility in it. And then I have the World. So this is a cycle that is finishing. A cycle of maybe having trouble manifesting what we want because it creates conflict and sorrow and it ends up not working. Now, how does that show up? Here under our conflict and sorrow, when we are trying to manifest what we desire and want, I have the Devil. So that tells me that whatever the way you were doing things was limited in a sense. The Devil can be very positive in business because he means focus and being able to work hard on something to see the result, halting to the long run. These are like long-term contracts and things like that. But if it brings sorrow and conflict, so maybe there's something here that we're going to have to look at. After, under our Princess of Cup, I have Death and I have the Queen of Swords. So here we have that transformation happening. And the Queen of Swords. So that tells me it's like if turning, because we know the Queen of Swords, she's the wise queen. She's not a bitch, but she doesn't take bullshit. She realizes something from her past sorrow and mistakes. She learned the wisdom and she is accepting to transform and let die something. Then we have the Three of Pentacles. So going from trying to build something, to have something done or to do something that brings conflict and sorrow, and there we have the Three of Pentacles. End of a cycle. Now we can build, we attract around us people that can actually work with us instead of fighting with us and, you know, bringing things to a sad end there. There's that difference here because we change the way we think and we let ourselves be transformed here in the middle of the month. Well, of course, that can happen at any time. Then, I'm going to put that here because the tail is moving. Under our Devil, I have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups. So, maybe the way you did things before was limited from your belief that it can be more. The Four of Cups, he looks at the Three Cups of the way he's always done things and what he has always received until now, and doesn't see the easy way, you know, that extra cup that the universe wants to give to him. That's why here we grab it. Here we don't see it, it's in the sky, and here we grab it. We have it in our hands and we're looking at it. And that's why it brings an extra wand. So what happens when you add an extra wand to the Five of Wands? You have the Six of Wands. So the way you were doing things, putting your energy out there, your fire, now has a brand new way coming in. Ace of Wands is a new opportunity, a new flame, something like that. And that new way that you're getting, because you understand with the Sword of Clarity and Wisdom, and you're letting an old way die, ready to peel off part of you. Scorpio, moon and full moon in Scorpio, just at the end of October here. That could be where you see this also. And then what does it bring you? It brings you to a choice. The old way you saw life and saw things, where maybe you were powerless here, you know, Seven of Swords, you being defeated without you knowing and or understanding why, because this is done in the night. Or the magician, the alchemist, being in your full power of creating and manifesting. You see the switch that is happening? Let's clarify. I call upon the divine. I call upon spirit. I call upon the light and my guides to help me give Sagittarius a clear reading for the month of November, for their better path. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon my guides. Call upon the Holy Spirit. Spirit, help me clarify this reading for Sagittarius. Okay, show me this little pack here of the King of Wands. Being the king, that means it's the way that you're actually acting out there, the moves you choose to make. Queen, what you attract, what you focus on, what you want to happen. King, the moves you're actually making, creating conflict and sorrow. This is like, you know, making mistakes or letting other arguments destroy you in a sense, you know. I really want to do that. Somebody tells you, no, that's stupid, it's wrong. Oh, okay then. You know, it could be something like that. Or putting your foot in your mouth also when creating conflict and sorrow. It's just that way. But it comes from a limit of not seeing an Ace of Cups, not seeing a new way to receive love. The Pope. So here, the Pope being the counterpart of the High Priestess. That means that this is about your 3D world. This is about how this reality treats you, how you see structure, how you see how the government works, how, you know, institutions and all of that. It's all in that area. If we're talking about work, we're talking about an institution where inside there's only conflict and you end up losing. The Pope can be discernment. That's his higher side. He is the application of spirituality. That's the higher side of the Pope. The lower side, he can be rigid and he can be stubborn. That's and not enlightened. Influenced by the dark instead of the light. What is the Princess of Cups? What is the Princess of Cups here, Spirit? Yeah. You're finally grabbing a new cup because you're leaving what wasn't working before behind you. Leaving your old emotional baggage and understanding, no, I need more. I need to love myself more. I need to be able to receive on another level energy. Not like that. That's probably here the Four of Cups becoming a Page of Cup, because you realize that anyway, look at those 3 cups that he's looking at. It's not fulfilling him. You know, this has been there, done that. This is the reality and this is the fact. Me, I am like that. Stubbornness of the Pope there. And that's why you're finishing that cycle, because you understand that that way has a limit and it's not fulfilling. Page of Swords. New understanding, learning with this new truth, inquiring. It's going to be a cycle with a new way of thinking compared to before that brought you sorrow and stubbornness. This new way of thinking helps you close a cycle. And here it's probably because you finally transformed all that sorrow and conflict into wisdom. So what is that devil? Oh, we have the 10 of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords. So 4 of Swords, of course, it's healing from disappointments. 10 of Pentacles, it's family. It's what comes down from one generation to another. For some of you, this is a conflict and a sorrow from family members. Maybe letting your family past or influence create conflict inside of you, or conflict in a family that brought sorrow or something like that. But here it's like retracting yourself from that limiting belief or limiting situation, the devil, to try and understand it with the sword of truth. So almost retracting yourself from that situation to try and heal and understand. Heal and understand that 5 of Cups, the sorrow, the disappointments that you got. And it could be coming from the family or coming from a family pattern also. What is death? Because the Queen of Swords makes decision based on her wisdom when she's healthy. In this case, she is healthy. She spotted how the devil hurt her so much in its application in her life, either from family or from a family pattern or whatever. You're healing from it. You understand you have the sword in your hand and you're deciding to cut something out or to let something transform inside of you. Death. Show me the death. Ooh. This is going to be gaining your independence. But a true independence, maybe. Here I have the 6 of Pentacles. Maybe you were emotionally dependent on your family, on approval and all of that, and when there was conflict, right away you lost all of your value or something like that. And that could have come, you know, from a family, not being recognized by your own family as for your value. But now you see how all of that brought so much pain into you. limiting yourself into what you can receive and feel inside of you, using your wisdom and gaining your independence. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Now we're at the Nine of Cups. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. Going from being emotionally drained, unsatisfied, thinking that that's only what I'm gonna get in this life. That's my limited belief. It's probably brought, things are hard and bring you sadness. And that was like a fact, the Pope. And this could have been brought by family belief, but anyway, that was your devil in your life, preventing you from rising. And here, because you see it clearly, having transformed your past sadness and sorrow into wisdom, understanding where that Three of Swords came from with the Sword of Truth, with that clarity and that understanding, you let yourself be transformed and maybe not expecting your value to come from others, but she knows her own value. So shedding that, it could be expectations from others or whatever, but shedding that, becoming independent, understanding your worth and your value for who you are, not just for what other people recognize in you or whatever. And here, then you are able to build and collaborate with people because you are emotionally fulfilled. You don't expect them to give you your emotional value or your value, basically. You're bringing at the table from a fulfilled place. And that's why you can start building. It's from that new belief that you have. Four of Cups. Here I have the Five of Wands again. That conflict, things don't go nowhere. This is when the will is sparked either because of other people, conflict in the family, conflict around us, conflict inside of us. And that limits us from being able to imagine or even conceive that things can be so much higher. What is that Ace of Wands that comes in? Because, like I was saying, from Five of Wands plus 1 equals the Six of Wands, where we do recognize ourselves and that we shine. Not shine, I mean, we radiate ourselves out there. Illuminate ourselves. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay. So, the Ace of Wands, I have the Ace of Pentacles. So, not just a new passion, but something real and concrete that can be planted and become again a Ten of Pentacles. And it's being brought by a Knight of Pentacles. Changing opens up that in you. Leaving your old baggage opens up a new cycle. We have the world anyway. And here I have our Four of Cups here. But I think in this case, reversed, seeing what is new and out there for you and being able to grab it, because this new way of exchanging with people, you see how these wands are all one after the other. This is straightforward exchange with other people, not the ones going and hitting one another like this. This is true communication with aligned wills that can build something. So finally getting your head out of not seeing what is out there for you, because you're getting an Ace of Wands and an Ace of Pentacle, and here I have an Ace of Cup. So really, it's like if all of these aces were there for you, but you were stuck in a way of doing things and limiting yourself in what you can receive. So now it's like, oh my God, no. I know my worth. I know I can rise much higher than this. I'm shedding that old skin that used to believe that. And I'm accepting now all these new aces because I know who I am. And I'll stop waiting for others to give me my value. And this is how this appears at the end, putting you in a choice of, do I continue to let myself become powerless by giving my power to people in what I can do and create in my life? Believing them when they tell me my limits, when they tell me my capacity, what I can do, my value and all of that? Or do I go within and choose and understand, see clearly who I am and become in my power again so I can start building? This is gaining confidence. Yes, because you're transforming death. You're going to let yourself transform and see your true value. Death. And I think you're going to see that maybe in that full moon of Scorpio that we're going to have in a couple of days. And there you go. Now you're walking with that cup here. You didn't see it. You decide to grab it because you understand that the way things were not fulfilling, and now you're walking with it. See how death and the Knight of Cups, they walk in the same direction, and they both have white horses. And here our Five of Wands becomes a Six of Wands, like I was saying. Seeing yourself, understanding your value. And here I have the Seven of Pentacles, which is having that consciousness of what we have planted in life and all of that. But it is also tending our garden and understanding that we we reap what we sow. And that is what the Seven of Pentacles is looking at the bushes. We have to let time mature and grow things, but he has time to see what exactly am I planting out there. It's that understanding of it. So, Sagittarius, this is beautiful. I'm gonna wish you love and light for this month of November. Gaining self-confidence. I don't know how to call that. Not letting yourself be limited by others. So, understanding your value. Getting back your power. Ending a cycle. This is all of it. I don't remember if I said the name of the winner of the free reading, but it's Chinaraé, Pratt, Horton from last month, where there was a free reading giveaway for the 1-year anniversary. I'm gonna write your name down below. Chinaraé, Pratt, Horton. You're the winner for a free reading. So write me down at tarotmysticwitch@gmail. Everything is down below. For private readings, it's the same thing. For your donations, I want to thank you so much. It helps more than you think. And I'm going to do a special ceremony to give you back for your generosity. And I'm going to do it on the new moon and the full moons, so that they're more powerful, and the universe is going to decide what you need to receive. On this, love and light, have a beautiful month, and I'll see you next month. All right?